Here we are again with Critical Miss, Simon.
Don't look at me. Look at the viewers.
But I don't like that. I have to look at you. So here we are, Simon, back in with Critical Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look at me. Look at the viewer.
Alright.
We're here. We're missing a member. We're gonna have one more person playing, and that's my very good brother, Kenny. He's gonna be here for the next session.
We've got a new cast of characters. Some olds, some news.
Nudes.
No. We've got our friend Ashley. She was on the podcast
Hi.
last week. Or whenever. I don't know whenever this is coming out. But she's here. She's canon.
She's canon now. So, this is not the same campaign.
This is not.
You can already tell this is a
different.
So what we're doing here, folks, is we're starting a legit campaign, and we're gonna play it all the way through.
100%.
We're gonna keep going. You're gonna level up. It's not gonna be made up as we go along, as all of our past ones have been.
It's gonna be every other week.
That's true.
Hopefully.
Nah, it will be.
We'll see about that.
Actually, we'll see. Okay, so a little bit of backstory. We are, this is a Lord of the Rings themed campaign.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see by the big ol' map of Mordor that you're looking at now.
By the way, for podcast listeners, there's some new stuff on YouTube where it's not just a blank image. We're actually recording video of each of us, like little webcams.
And you'll be able to see the maps because we're using a software, or well, it's a website called Roll20.
Still software.
And, well, I mean, yeah.
Got him, Simon.
We're capturing Simon's screen, and Simon can see everything that I do on the GM screen.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you can see all the enemies, their health, their names, shit. What Simon, Ashley, and Kenny are doing. So that'll be fun for the people with eyes that like looking at things.
But we're gonna try to not exclude anyone just listening.
That's true. We'll try to include everything we possibly can in the audio format. Okay, let's jump right in, guys. So your A button, that's the button you're gonna be using to jump.
That's the wrong series, Zach. This is D&D.
So, a little bit of backstory. I guess I should probably explain that I had a script written out for this first session to make it nice and elegant and beautiful, but it got just completely just blown into a million little pieces.
Yeah. My computer donked up.
It doesn't exist anymore, but I will write scripts for the other sessions. So I'm just going to wing this a little bit.
Starting off strong.
Yeah.
So, basically, few thousand years before the books take place, you have what's pretty much God. Whoops. By the name of Iluvatar. He creates, well, I guess basically the universe. He then creates lesser gods known as the Ainur, however you pronounce it. They all have a part to play in this big melody that evolves with the universe. They each have a part to play, and they're all very powerful, very important, so on and so forth. They created the music of the universe. He began everything, and they put substance into it. So the first one he created, Melkor, was the strongest of the Ainur. And he knew that. And so he tried to make his own part in the melody stronger than the rest. So he was very prideful. He tried to use his power to overcome the rest of the music that the other Ainur made. Iluvatar, also known as Eru, recognized this, and to punish him for his pride, he cast him out of the heavens. So, as they were weaving their music, the Ainur created Arda, the Earth, Middle Earth. And when Melkor was cast out of the heavens, he was sent to Arda. And so he was basically like, well, since I can't be bad up there, I'm going to be bad down here. So, and then Eru was like, wait, shit, you're right, follow him. He can't do that. So Melkor starts doing all this bad shit, spreading the darkness around on Arda and all of this. And 7 powerful Ainur go to Arda. They're known as the Valar. They each have a part to play in the earth. Like, one is basically the god of the sea, one of the forests, and so on and so forth. They create the races, the elves and the dwarves, and men. And Melkor immediately starts corrupting everything. So they realize, okay, we got to stop this guy. So they're getting all their races together and putting light unto the earth and all of this. And Melkor begins the worst tragedy Middle Earth has ever seen. He creates the orcs in the pits of Autumno. And he captures elves and he twists them and he makes them evil with his black magic. And he creates the orcs, beings of pure darkness and evil. And eventually he became so powerful that he just could spit them out, like, without having elves. So he would create them purely out of black magic. And there was a war, which he lost miserably. And so the Valar were like, okay, we got you. And he was like, okay, all right, chill out. I'm good now. I realized what I did, so just leave me alone. And they were like, okay, this time. So he flees. He leaves. He starts gathering and creating all of the evil creatures that he can possibly think of creating. Vampires, werewolves, spirits, dragons. He makes the Balrogs, which Gandalf fights.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing. He creates the Balrogs. 2 other Ainur agree with Melkor's deeds, and they go to help him. One is called Gothmog. That's his name. He becomes the king of the Balrogs. The other one is Sauron. Sauron the sorcerer. So there's
you all know him. He's the one in the movie.
He's the big guy. He's the big bad guy. So
the ones everyone has definitely seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
100. I mean, I have seen him.
100%.
So there is a second war, and he just completely obliterates everything.
Mm-hmm.
Just wipes him out. Can't kill the Valar because, they're gods.
Mm-hmm.
So the Middle Earth is cast into the Age of Darkness, and orcs and spirits and all these bad things are running wild all over the place, killing and burning and doing everything they can to claim land for Melkor. And the Valar are trying to kind of huddle up and come up with a game plan to get this dude back. It takes them a good long while to do that. If I'm remembering correctly, I think it's like 1,000 years that this shit lasted.
They really took their time.
They did. So the men and the elves gather their forces and they say, okay, this time we actually got to stop this dude. So there is the Battle of the Powers, and they kill him. They kill all the bads, all the bad boys.
Every single one of them.
Gothmog, the king of the Balrogs, dies. They kill him, but so did the human king at the time. Sauron was weakened considerably, so he ran away. Melkor loses. He's weakened so much that the Valar can then imprison him in the void. He still exists out there somewhere to this day, but now things are happy. So Sauron, a few thousand years later, Sauron comes back to try and redo what his master did. He creates the ring wraiths. He does the rings. He creates his own orcs, because the first time the orcs were made, they were imperfect because they were made in the dark. so their weakness was sunlight. But then Sauron perfected them. Um, he loses. Blah 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 blah. The dude cuts the ring off. Ring flows down the river. And Gollum finds it. All that shit happens. Ringwraiths come back. He's in the guise of the necromancer at Dol Guldur, and then Gandalf figures out who he is. Blah 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 blah. Then you have the books. Everybody's happy, and here we are now, 2 years after the books end. Sauron has been defeated.
Only 2 years.
2 years.
Okay.
Wow. I
Yeah,
thought that it was like 20.
I changed it.
Okay.
Some things wouldn't have made perfect sense. So here we are. Ring wraiths are gone
Mm-hmm.
because their power was connected to the One Ring, which got destroyed. Same thing with Sauron. He's gone. He died.
Sweet.
So can we go?
So everything's just great now, right?
Uh-huh. After Sauron died, he had hundreds of thousands of orcs under his command and other dark creatures. And a lot of them died, but most of the rest just went nuts and ran away. So they just flew into the dark corners of Mordor, and they sat there breeding and surviving as much as they possibly could. Just kidding, they didn't breed. Orcs can't breed. Ignore that.
They were breathing. That's what
they
you
were
said.
breathing.
Yeah, they were just
That's
breathing.
right. They were just breathing and sitting, just waiting.
As orcs do.
So there you are. There's your backstory. Here we are, 2 years in the future. Before the big battle that kind of turned the tide, the Battle of Pelennor Fields, everybody will recognize that as the elephants come in and all that stuff. That happened. Let me use my handy dandy thing.
They can't see what you see. Oh,
They can see what you see.
Yeah.
So right around here, that's really tiny and the wrong color. Let me get this boy. Wait. Sorry. Wait. Hang on. There we go. Right around in here. Is I didn't mean to do it in green. That's where Osgiliath is.
Okay.
Now it's ruins. Used to be the capital of Gondor.
What happened?
Oh, I thought you meant to Osgiliath. Thought you were interested in the story, but no, your webcam.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, I'm back.
Oh no.
Oh.
Maybe?
Now do we have to
Hey!
refresh?
No, it's fine.
Here I am.
I'm gonna reconnect because Ashley's. Oh, it didn't work. So yeah, there's Osgiliath. During the War of the Ring, the orcs took it back, and it was already kind of ruins, but then they really fucked it up.
Mm-hmm.
And then right here ish, in this ish area, is Minas Tirith. That was basically the new capital. That's where the King Aragorn now lives. Osgiliath was reclaimed shortly after the war. That's where a lot of the military powers exist now. So, the human forces are going back into Mordor to retake it. They're trying to reclaim the land. And you all live in Osgiliath. You were decorated soldiers at the Battle of Pelennor Fields. Aragorn recognized you as such, and so you were kind of unofficially promoted as sort of advisors and heads of the army or whatever. So you've been sitting there for 2 years, moving around troops, sending out parties to find and kill any remaining orc bands that are existing in this area just inside Mordor. But it's difficult because when Sauron was killed, the earth just heaved and all of the dark magic spilt out and everything was broken and crumbled and like earthquake times 10 everywhere all over Mordor. So the topography changed a lot. So what would you say? What would be a typical day for your character, Simon? What is your guy? What would your guy be doing?
So my guy, his name's Al, short for Albert.
Okay.
Uh, he is sort of living on the streets, I'd say.
Okay.
Um, Zach, you wrote most of this up for me. Gave him a sort of backstory and junk.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm taking that mainly because I kind of forgot what you just said earlier.
Do what you want. I don't care.
No. There's two things that I forgot that you said.
Oh, okay.
What was my character's last name? Because I know it sounded good.
Do we need last names?
No. Oh well, your name that I gave you was Suladan.
I think that'd be
That's pretty dope.
good for my last name.
Okay.
That'd be good.
Albert Suladan. Yeah, go for it. And Ashley, what's your name?
Trom.
Right.
Sure. So
Is that
my
like-
character comes from Al. He comes from a big old wealthy family.
Mhm.
And they are part of the
We should mention that Simon is a Haradrim.
Harajim.
They're the people that live in the desert south of Mordor.
So that's somewhere.
I'm one of those too, aren't I?
I thought you were a half elf.
Oh shit. Yeah, you're right. But I'm that thing that can also tame animals.
No, that's a Haradrim, but you chose half elf.
I told you that's what I wanted to be.
You told me you wanted to be a half elf.
Yeah, I didn't know that conflicted with it.
How would it not?
I didn't realize that was a race.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, I'm half elf,
Moving
apparently.
on.
Okay. But
We can change it later.
Okay.
As you were saying, they live southwest to Mordor.
Yeah.
But my family escaped his wrath or whatever,
Uh-huh.
his sort of grasp, and they lived on.
Yeah.
But I was sort of sick of just living in my house with my family. I didn't really agree with them. Didn't agree with their ideals, so I sort of ran away around late teens.
Yeah.
And sort of started living on my own, surviving. And that's where I am now. I'm the ripe age of 27.
Okay.
Been living on the streets since I'd say 17 or 18. And I've managed to get by doing just like crap jobs for a couple days, moving on. So I travel a lot.
Okay.
And I've seen a good place or two.
Interesting. And you happen to be, I'm just going to throw this in here. You happen to be at the Battle of Pelennor Fields. You were in the city of Minas Tirith when the battle started.
Yeah.
And people were panicking. City was being sieged. Somebody just kind of put a sword in your hand and said, "Go fight." So you did, and you did it really well, and you were decorated for it.
Sweet. I'd also like to mention that my character is not like against pickpocketing and things like that, but I would never do it to someone who is down on their luck.
Gotcha.
Or something like that.
Okay.
Like if I see that they probably have a pretty penny, I wouldn't mind taking a couple.
So basically chaotic good.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, Ashley, do you have any backstory you thought about?
I've been thinking about a little bit.
Okay.
So, all right, when did you say the war happened? Like 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
Okay. I'm gonna say so. My character is a half elf ranger.
Yeah.
So, she was orphaned at a young age, and she comes from a small village. And is it pretty common for elves and humans to get married? Is that
Not really.
Not really?
Not
All right.
really.
So, I'm gonna say that she's probably pretty ostracized for that. So she's dealt with some hardship.
Okay.
Sure, probably. So orphaned at a young age, she's been on her own. And
Would you say that she was orphans because it was between an elf and a human?
Yeah, they were killed somehow. I haven't thought about that yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
We'll get
I'll
back
get
to
to
it.
the
Yeah.
details
It
later.
can develop.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so she took up some odd jobs like Simon's character did, and then she decided, well, that sucks. So I'm just gonna go into the woods and learn how to survive off the land. So
Okay.
that is how she acquired most of her survival skills and why she's proficient with a bow because she hunted, and she's
Gotcha.
very good with just survival.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So rangers typically in Lord of the Rings are like super soldiers, kind of. Like Aragorn. He was a ranger. He was badass.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's rangers are actually something that exists in Lord of the Rings.
That's cool.
So yeah, before he became king and all that, and reclaimed the crown for his bloodline and everything, he was a ranger. All right, so at Osgiliath,
Mm-hmm.
as you're going about your normal day-to-day routine, signing papers and shaking the hands of young soldiers and overseeing documents with, talking about rations and metal scrapping and all kinds of stuff. You find a letter addressed to you in your quarters for the short time that you're there. Um, and it's not sealed. It's very simply signed and written. And I will read to you what it says. Friends of Gondor, as famed scholars and soldiers at the Battle of Pelennor Fields, you have done our people a great service, and even more so in continuing to serve Gondor after Sauron's defeat. In the years that have passed, we have made great efforts in taking back that plagued land of Mordor. The earth broke and gave way when Sauron's power was broken, and the topography has changed greatly. As such, we have no real way of knowing how to travel through it. Adding to its danger, thousands of orcs fled into hiding after their master fell, along with other dark creatures that did his bidding. When the ring was destroyed, dark things woke under the ground. We will need your help once more. As Gondor and the other peoples of Mordor move to reclaim the land, you must help us in driving out the dark forces that are still at work. Midday tomorrow, you will meet me and your companions at the armory. The king's thanks go with you, Commander Halbarad.
Okay.
There you are.
So both of us received that?
Both of you received that letter.
Okay.
So there you have it. The sun sets on another great day at Osgiliath. Next morning, I'm assuming you would go to
Mhm.
the calling.
Also,
Um,
I am pretty much homeless.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Well, while you're sitting in your squalid corner in a dark street of Osgiliath, somebody just kind of chucks the letter at you. They throw some water in your face.
That seems pretty accurate.
So you're walking through the courtyards, and it used to be a great city, and you can see that. The architecture is beautiful, and yet it was really solid. It lasted for hundreds of years. But towers and bridges and walls have just crumbled and collapsed. Scorch marks from the Nazgul's flying creatures. See, this is why I need the script that I wrote. All of this was so beautifully described.
It's fine. Zach gets our first session.
I know. The scorch marks are left along the battlements and the causeways. You even though the orcs weren't here for very long, you can kind of still feel that air of evil. Weeds poke through the stone. Large pieces of masonry have just been left because they're extremely hard to move and they can't waste the manpower. And you're seeing all of this. Most of the hallways that used to be full of people and nobles are just empty. Spare equipment is leaned up against the walls as it's needed. It's taken back down, and so on and so forth. So you make your way to the armory. and it's in an open courtyard, open to the air. The Anduin River is flowing. It's really big, flowing by on the outskirts of Osgiliath. You can see it, you can hear it. That's where the orcs came on their boats, and they attacked Osgiliath in the night. Um, and actually, some overturned boats are still left rotting on the rocky shore of the river. Um, so you get to the armory, and you look around, and you see on one side people are they're forging blades, putting it in water to cool. The metal is still hot. Teams of 2 and 3 people at a time are working on one piece of equipment. On the other side, people are bending and shaping metal for armor, helms, greaves, chest plates. Um, a a tallish guy wearing a cloak, longer brown hair, uh, sees you, Al. He sees you, and he waves you over.
I come over.
Yeah.
um, he gestures to one of the blacksmiths, and he says, "This is Master Win. Master Win will outfit you with a weapon that you need."
Hey, Master Win.
Uh,
What sort of weapons do you offer?
he
Yeah.
squints and he looks at you, and he walks out from behind the anvil. um,
The forge.
and he looks you up and down, and he says, "I think you'd be best fitted with a curved blade.
All right.
A weapon of your ancestors."
Yeah.
He walks back to this big rack, and he starts rifling through all these blades, and he says, "The people of Harad had it right when they made these swords.
Mm-hmm.
They were brought over to Gondor, oh, I don't know when, but we took their designs and they perfected it, but we've made them quite well, I think." And he pulls one out, and it's just this beautifully crafted, glowing blade. The handle is wrapped expertly. The guard on it is fitted perfectly to your hand. And I should say, he hands it to you first, and then you feel that it's fitted perfectly to your hand. It's like when Link gets the Master Sword. You're just like, "Ah."
I take it into my hand, and I sort of realize, like, this is so well suited for me. And then I'm sort of thinking, but I've cut off all ties with my family, and I don't really feel like using it. But I will keep it sort of as more a backup.
Mm. Do you say? Are you saying that or just thinking it?
I'm thinking it
Oh,
right now.
got you.
Yeah.
Okay. I just said all that because that's what I wrote down on your character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can have a different weapon if you want it,
Yeah.
but
I also got a javelin.
yeah, that's
So
you.
I
that's
have one of
He
those.
he tosses you a javelin,
all right.
sharpened first.
Oh yeah, yeah. Perhaps. Uh. Now I like javelins, but do you have something more like smaller, more concealed?
I. How about he turns around and he's just rifling through this barrel full of weapons that he has. And
It
he,
has like weapon barrel on the side.
yeah, just like carved into it. He takes out. You can't see his back is turned. He takes something out and he nods and he kind of shows it to Halbarad, who looks you up and down, and he goes, "Hmm," and he
I sort of look offended.
yeah, he just brandishes proudly this artfully crafted hand axe,
Hmm.
and it's small enough to be worn at the waist and concealed under a long shirt or cloak. Um, and you're pretty familiar with them because of your upbringing. You had to
Hmm.
train with all sorts of things. So he raises an eyebrow, like, "Huh?"
I sort of look at it for a good second, and then I nod a couple times. Yeah.
All right. So that's going to be a d6 plus, what's your dex?
My dex is 2.
All right, so d6 plus 2.
Right.
No. Yes. And to hit, that's going to be a... Are you proficient with simple weapons? Yes.
Yes.
So that's going to be plus 4 to hit.
All right. And that is a hand axe.
Yes. And I believe,
Is
don't
that
you...
slashing damage?
Yeah. 20-foot throwing distance, or you can use it up close.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks.
All right. And he's about to turn to Halbarad and say something, and then something strikes him, and he without saying anything, he like marches across the courtyard, and he takes something off of a rack, and he waddles back over, and he hands it to you, and it's a little round buckler shield,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, "I think this would go perfectly with either of those weapons. A real warrior needs to learn offense and defense. What do you think of that?"
Hmm.
He kind of like puts it in your hand.
Holding it, sort of like feel the weight of it, and like hold each of the weapons,
Mm-hmm.
sort of getting the feel of each. And I'm trying to think because what's that one thing?
I don't know.
I'm trying to. This is just above table.
Uh-huh.
Would one of those? I'm thinking more like one of those shields that's more like just that's more attached to the arm, but like
Like one that you strap on?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a buckler.
Yeah, but I was thinking,
Like a
you know,
big
Captain
one?
America and
Just give me Captain America's
no, no,
shield.
no, no, no. In Avengers 3, Infinity War, some, like his sort of shield that extends out.
Wasn't it still round?
It was like sort of jagged at the end.
I know what you're talking about.
Sure, you can have that.
No, I was just saying something like that.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be the same AC bonus
Okay, yeah.
either way. So I
Then-
mean it's all for flavor.
Okay.
So
Then
yeah.
yeah, I sort of walk past him and see that and grab it.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. And just then, uh,
I've already forgotten your name.
yeah, me
Tron.
too. Yeah,
Tron.
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 The Tron the movie.
Tron.
Okay. Tron.
Tron walks in to the courtyard,
You got a nickname?
and
Nope.
Okay.
Halbarad, as
Okay.
Wynn was outfitting you with your stuff, Halbarad was kind of looking around, waiting for Tron to walk in, and he sees her and he waves her over too. Wynn is still busy with you, so Halbarad kind of gestures at the weapons, and he says,
Mm-hmm.
"I don't know as much as Wynn, so just pick one."
Okay. What's the sharpest javelin you have?
I don't know. I didn't make these. Just look. Just feel. Just
Okay,
feel 'em.
okay.
Just touch the
All
the
right,
tip.
I'll just go touch
the
him.
tip.
So,
What weapons do you have?
Hmm?
What did I write down on your sheet?
I have a javelin, a hand axe, and a longbow.
That's a lot of weapons. That's gonna be weighing you down.
I'm gonna say you already have the longbow and the hand axe
Okay.
because of your time in the woods.
They're
So-
handcrafted.
So
Yeah.
he has a rack full of just thrown weapons
Mhm.
like spears and javelins.
Okay.
And you just go nuts.
Just go nuts.
Just go nuts.
All right, I will. I feel all of them.
I lied. You can only take one, but go nuts with one.
Okay. All right, I feel them up and down.
Uh-huh.
You know, see which one is right for my hands because they're quite small.
Mm-hmm.
As are my feet.
Yeah.
Everything's
How
small.
tall are you?
In real life or in the game?
In the game.
5'2".
Wow.
Wow.
That
Yeah.
is very short for a half elf.
That's yeah.
Oh shit! How tall are they?
I mean, human sized, but because they're half elf, they're kind of, on the
They're all
bigger
wearing-
end of
they're-
human size.
They're actually all wearing heels.
Yes.
All right. I'll compromise. 5'3".
That's
Okay.
still pretty
Perfect.
All right.
I should mention that after this session, it's going to be a lot more roleplay heavy for me and for you guys.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want
Do you
to,
think we
obviously.
should
but
do character voices?
I'm going to.
For mine, I'm just gonna probably do my voice, but a little raspier.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mhm.
I'm going to do a bunch of different voices for
Yeah,
everybody.
that's great. I love those.
So
Love voices.
it's going to be pretty roleplay
Yeah.
heavy. And I'm not going to do as much like
Mhm.
stuff. So,
Puzzles.
Back to feeling some
Puzzles?
spears.
yeah, I'm not going to do as many puzzles.
Oh, I like puzzles.
Oh wait, that wasn't a good joke. Okay. What I meant by that was like I was thinking like I'm sitting here doing a puzzle at the desk while we're playing, but that joke didn't translate.
It did not.
No, there will be dungeons.
My
There will
God.
be
Sweet.
dungeons
I haven't had a good dungeon in a while.
Mm.
because I've never made a good dungeon.
That's true.
Okay, so there you go. So Halbrad kind of leads you both to the side.
I
and-
didn't pick my javelin.
You did.
I did?
Overruled.
What were you doing that whole time? Not picking your
Feeling
javelin.
them.
Okay. well,
Okay,
it
I pick
doesn't-
one.
Okay, perfect. Simon's done. Al is done.
Mm-hmm.
Trauma's done. Halbarad leads you over to the other entrance to the courtyard opposite the one you came in, and he's kind of speaking in a low voice, and he says, "The commander at the next outpost is in dire straits. He needs you to arrive as quickly as you possibly can. I've heard he has some kind of work for you. He has orders written directly from the king, and apparently an advisor of the king. He won't tell me who that advisor is, but supposedly when you
Will you tell me?
eventually
Okay.
supposedly when you come back, you will learn of his identity, and you will have an audience with the king.
Mm.
If you return, I should say.
Yikes.
It will be dangerous.
All right.
No one has gone into this part of Mordor since Sauron fell. We have no idea what's there. It could be. I would caution you to prepare for combat. There will be orcs in the way. How many? I don't know. What else? I don't know.
I sort of, as he's doing this, I'm like holding my hand axe, sort of like feeling the blade, just like thinking
mhm.
of like orcs being killed. Like
Yeah. Because that's fresh. That's a
Mhm.
brand new.
Mm-hmm.
All these weapons are brand new.
Yeah, brand fresh. Just like
Brand
looking
fresh.
at it. Can I? I'd like to say that I also have like just like a pocket knife. Not really a pocket, like some sort of knife.
Like a hunting knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a D4.
All right. Thanks.
I guess plus.
Can I get one of those too?
That's probably
No, you
Plus
already
your-
have enough weapons.
plus your dex. You have. I mean, you would probably have.
Yeah,
one,
I would probably see. It makes sense.
Honestly,
to have one.
I don't know what you would be using a dagger for because you already have better weapons. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give it to you.
Okay, I'll write it down. I mean, just for like killing
Just
rabbits
for
and
looks.
shit.
Yeah, for killing
Yeah.
rabbits.
Yeah, just for looks.
And if anyone wants to draw this, it's on my leg. It's sort of like under my pants. That's where I keep it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay.
So I have no further instructions for you except to send you to the outpost
It's actually
In-
not under my pants. It's over. It's just
yeah,
It's like a little satchel.
in Efelduath. So it's pretty. I don't know how to say this. It's very close to the entrance of Mordor, where the Black Gate used to be,
Okay.
where Aragorn and the army of Gondor stood as Frodo was throwing the ring into Mount Doom.
You know Frodo?
I saw him. I've seen him once,
Hmm.
but our paths parted ways when he traveled to Mordor alone. I was a close ally of King Aragorn
Yeah.
when he was still a ranger.
Yeah. Well, it's just word travels fast, and I heard that he was the one that destroyed the ring. Is that
It's true.
what the consensus is? Yeah.
As the battles are being fought in Gondor and at the gate of Mordor, Frodo is traveling alone through the mountains, along with one companion, and he destroyed the ring.
Hmm.
And then he left. He left for the land of the Sindar, and he will never be seen in Arda again.
Hmm.
Along with, I heard, Mithrandir, Gandalf went
Mhm.
with him.
Hmm.
His work must have been done in Middle Earth.
All right.
But
Thank you for that.
you must make haste.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
To the outpost.
To the outpost.
Gareth's Mill
Go.
is a straight shot
Mm-hmm.
down the road out of Osgiliath, up to the Black Gate.
Okay.
Gareth's Mill is a military town, but it has things like taverns, merchants. Because it is right on the doorstep of Mordor, people wanted to move in. They wanted to see what this land held, and I don't think they truly understand the danger that they are so close to. But the darkness of Mordor has yet to come out of Mordor, so they're relatively safe for now. Once you're there, go to the garrison, meet with General Faramir. I don't know if you're familiar with this man. He was
No.
the brother of Boromir,
Okay.
the son of the Steward of Gondor,
Whatever that is.
who was slain by orcs protecting Frodo.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah.
See, now we're connecting dots.
Yeah. Um, go,
All right.
go, run, go.
All right, we start running.
All right, go. We're going.
He says, "Go."
I'm already running.
Go. Oh,
He's
bye, bye. Go to the stables. Take any steed you want.
All right, thanks.
You should.
I was running in the opposite direction. I'm gonna go to the stables.
You should make it to Gareth's Mill within the day.
Okay.
But maybe after the sun sets, but within the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's right around in here, near where the Black Gate used to be. All right.
Okay.
So you begin writing,
Okay.
and the day. All right.
I'm sorry.
Jeez.
I'm sorry. It looks like a sperm. I'm just gonna say it. Zach drew an arrow on the map.
They can see that.
Not the listeners.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm trying to include everyone, Zach.
Yeah.
Zach drew an arrow and it looks. Well, it could be like. No, that's
No.
about it. That's
No.
no.
Wait. I'll fill it in.
That's gonna make it worse. No, now it's worse.
Or you can go this way, or you can go this way.
Now it just looks like a vagina.
Jesus.
Yeah, or just like a really poorly drawn.
Yeah.
There, it's gone.
Okay, good.
You know where you're going,
Yeah, we know.
you bastards.
Here we go.
All right. So on the road, Gondor keeps very fine horses. They can't be compared to the Rohirrim, but they're good. They're horses. They run fast. You're on the road. On the road again. That starts playing in the background. Not copyright. Might get hit with copyright. Can't sing that.
It's very fancy.
Kicking up dust, going fast. Osgiliath recedes behind you, and you just have a day of riding ahead of you. Hours pass with nothing but running, hoofbeats, the sun shining overhead, and the dust trailing off behind you. You start entering a hilly region. You are now leaving Gondor's lands and you're nearing Mordor, grass has begun to grow where there used to be just red dirt and sand. Some plants have begun springing up. Off in the distance, you can see the mountain range that makes up the border of Mordor. What?
Border of Mordor.
So grass has begun springing up, and go ahead and roll. Why don't both of you roll perception?
Which dice do I use for that?
D20. Always D20.
Okay.
Always D20, unless we're playing a different game. So 17 plus 3 is 20.
Okay.
Where's my perception?
It's underneath performance.
You can find
Or
your.
above.
You know where your skills are, right?
It's the one that says skills.
Oh, there it is. 8 plus 3, 11.
Okay. So, Al, see. Oh yeah, thing you might not know about D&D. If you know something above table, your character doesn't necessarily know that.
Okay.
So, like, I'll say Simon finds a sack of gold, and his character may or may not want to tell you he found it. And you can't. I mean, you can, but it's generally frowned upon if you act on that in game. So just keep that
All right.
separate if you can. Don't get too meta.
Yeah. We're trying to keep a meta-free campaign.
This is a legit campaign.
All right, so Simon sees.
It's gonna be rough for me.
I know.
As he's riding on the side of the road, a hill that's kind of distant, but against the sunlight, he can see just the barest form, a tiny figure on horseback on the hill in the distance. But then another hill passes in front of it, and it's gone.
Hey guys.
The guy, the one person that's with me.
It's not even a guy.
Hey lady.
Hey.
I think I saw someone
Hey Tron.
over on the horizon. That's where it was, right?
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, but you know.
Where did he go?
I can't see him. I can't see it now. Another hill covered it up.
Should we
Just
ride that
walk.
direction?
I'm not sure. No, we should probably stay straight on.
Okay.
So since you've still been riding, it moves into view again from behind the hill, and you see there's not a rider on the crest anymore.
So, I thought you meant it was only a horse. Like the rider disappeared.
Yeah, it's just a horse. No, there's nothing there. There's nothing on top of the hill. There's some grass.
Okay.
But that's it.
I think I just mistook someone for some grass.
All right, let's keep going.
No, you mean you just mistook some grass for someone. I thought that person was grass. Okay, so you're still riding. Probably another like 45 minutes. 2 passes. 2 minutes. No, just 2.
Just 2?
Just passes. Just 2.
Just
A
two.
big old 2? Zach, I thought we weren't going meta.
So I don't like to ignore that. So like 45 minutes go by. I don't know what I was expecting rolling a d20, but 45 minutes go by.
Maybe like a deep 100.
And roll me perception again, I guess. Both of you.
14.
14 plus 3, 17.
Mine's just
Okay. So this time Trom just has a little just a little thought that, and she glances over her shoulder, and 2 riders way back in the distance have nudged their horses onto the road, and they don't seem to be galloping. They're just kind of like,
trotting along.
yeah. And that, like, they're receding quickly because you guys are still going fast, and they're gone like there's a bend in the road, and you lose them. And so now the mountains are growing even closer, and you can kind of make out a gap between the two nearest peaks, and you can see just barely a line of crumbled masonry where the Black Gate used to be. Some of the rock has been cut away, and there's more or less a road leading into Mordor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you would assume that just after that you will find the town of Gareth's Mill, or well, the outpost, whatever. So you're still riding. Sun begins to set. The air gets cooler. A light ground fog comes out. All that good nighttime stuff. It's pleasant. You guys haven't really been outdoors just riding freely in a while. You've been in Osgiliath. You've been going to ceremonies. You've been doing things for generals and the higher ups of the Gondorian army, and you love it. You forgot how much you liked being outside, fighting the law,
God,
being your own man.
I love being outside. Really, really, it's greater than being inside. You know,
I haven't breathed air in like
eons.
yeah.
Just been inside.
Yeah.
Holding my breath. I'm sort of shouting this to
yeah.
Trom.
So there's a very sharp bend in the road ahead, and as you go around it, you see
Hard right.
hard right. You see
I'm not too good with hard rights.
Oh,
Yeah, one time
your horses.
One time I did a hard right and I fell and scratched my knee.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Had a little strawberry. It was a big
It
strawberry.
was really big.
It
It ripped my jeans.
Oh.
You see an overturned wagon in the road, and you don't see any people or horses. It looks broken. It's probably been sitting there for a little while,
Hey, Trom.
but it's like right in
Yeah.
the path.
Hey, Al.
Let's go investigate this this carriage.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So I guess we
Let's
we-
dismount,
we
pull
yell
up by it.
Ho, and like tug on our horses.
Who you calling ho?
And our horses stop, I guess.
Mhm.
Walk.
They
over
kind of
to-
have to, because you would run
Yeah.
into it otherwise.
Yeah,
I did not make a map of this.
it's fun.
Oh well, what time are we at?
Well,
Or should you check? Doesn't matter.
It's been almost an hour.
I did check, by the way, so you're gonna have to edit that out.
Okay. That's
So we
fine.
get there, we dismount.
Okay. So, as you get off your horses, I guess just hearing your voices, they knew someone was here, and two really scruffy looking guys look over the top of the wagon.
Mm.
I'm pretty scruffy looking myself, so
Who's
I sort-
scruffy looking?
I sort of nod at them, and they
Al's kin with them.
Yeah.
the sort of scruffy looking guy code.
All right.
Did they nod back?
No.
Oh.
One levels a very large crossbow. He just rests it on top of the wagon, and he points it like right in the center of your chest. And the other one hops down from something and then walks around the side of the wagon. And he has a very beaten up, rusty blade pointed at you.
Okay.
You can tell, actually, roll me. Just roll perception. I don't know, it doesn't matter.
Oh, 2
8.
plus 3.
5 plus 3, 8.
Okay. You can tell he doesn't know how to use it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Both of them?
unbalanced.
Both of them, or just?
No, just the guy with this. You don't know anything. You got it too. You went blind momentarily. He doesn't know how to use it. He's not holding it levelly. He's like wobbly and yeah.
I sort of like step back a little bit and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
we don't want any trouble."
I hold my
Let's-
hands up, just
Yeah,
say,
hold my hands up.
hey, let's just put that down. We don't mean any trouble. We just want to help. If
Yeah.
Don't go near those horses.
Not
those,
going near.
those are our horses.
Don't go near him.
We haven't moved.
Okay, yeah, we're standing still.
Still right
What
where
do
we
you-
were.
What you got on you?
Nothing that you would
Nothing
need.
really.
Well, let me see it then. I'll decide.
I've got this explorer's pack.
Throw it on the ground right now. Take it off. Throw it on the ground.
Yeah. I threw it on the ground.
All right, we both take off our packs.
He walks up and he like bends over but keeps the sword pointed at you and he's like rifling through the packs and he
I
kind
sort of grab my hand axe and knock him on the head.
Okay. Oh, okay. With the blade?
Wait, I thought that he
On the
was
planet.
approaching me with the blade.
Well, he's just walking. He's just.
Okay.
I mean, you both threw your packs on the ground.
And then can I do a turn after that, or is that?
No, that'll be your turn.
Okay.
So I will count that as a. Go ahead and roll attack, I guess.
All right. And 9 plus 3, that's 12.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to attack him.
Well, it's gonna be the same.
Okay. I wish you could.
What are you doing?
I was attempting to incapacitate him.
It's the same mechanic.
D&D adds some incapacitation.
It's in 5th edition. It's pretty weird. In other editions, you were able to do that, but in 5th edition, if you want to knock somebody out, you have to deal as much damage as you would to kill them. You just have to choose to knock them out instead.
That's dumb.
So, okay, so you bonk he on the head. Let me scratch this down real quick.
So does that mean I can do something now?
No.
Oh.
I'll get to you. Okay, roll damage.
Okay, 6. 5, 2, that's 7.
Okay. So you whack him on the head real good.
Yeah.
And he's like, ah, and he backs up. His friend with the crossbow fires a shot.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't hit. It kind of like clatters into the dirt at your feet. And he looks pretty embarrassed, and he's like shuffling around to get another bolt, and he's
really
trying to load it in. And his friend is like grasping the side of his head, bleeding, pretty profusely, actually.
Can I grab my sack? Or
yeah.
Okay, I grab my sack and I grab Trom's and throw it to her.
Okay.
I catch it.
As you do that, you hear hoofbeats behind you, and 2 more scraggly boys hop off saddles,
Okay.
and they draw their weapons.
Oh boy.
So, let's roll initiative. So, Ashley, you have
20.
All right.
Okay.
That's 11 plus.
I seem really ready to
I
attack.
think your
13.
initiative is 2.
It doesn't matter. I got a 20.
Well, that doesn't count for initiative.
No.
That's for things like that's for actually doing things.
Damn it.
Initiative
Okay.
is
So I
just
have to roll again?
No. It's just
22.
your
22.
initiative is
Oh.
okay.
It's 22, sorry.
Okay. What's yours?
Mine's 13.
Okay. So we've got Jesus. God. Okay. So it goes but okay. Simon goes first.
What?
Ashley doesn't go first?
Or sorry, Ashley goes first. Sorry, I wrote that down backwards. Just kidding.
Alright. And I think we should start using our character names.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, Trom, my bad. Okay. So, what would you like to do?
Am I proficient enough with my crossbow to do 2 arrows at once?
No, proficient. Proficiency gives you a bonus,
Okay.
which is built into the numbers I wrote down.
All
So
right.
that doesn't, and crossbows don't work like that.
What kind of weapons do the 2 new Scraggle boys have?
2 behind you, basically the same thing as the guy in front of you, just rusty blades.
Okay. I'm gonna draw my crossbow and fire at the other guy with the
Longbow.
crossbow. Yeah.
Longbow.
Longbow. Yeah, sorry.
Wait, that the guy Simon hit?
No, at the one trying to reload his crossbow.
Okay. So his... I won't count that as cover. All right, go for it. So roll a d20,
All right.
and then the first number next to the thing plus something next to your longbow.
Oh, +5.
Okay, so you'll add that to
7
your roll.
plus 5, 12.
Okay, that hits. And then you'll roll damage. I believe
Okay.
it's a d8 plus something.
D8. D8.
So that's
Yeah.
that's this boy. Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll roll that
Okay, that's a 5.
and then add whatever it says to it.
From the longbow?
Yeah.
10.
+5 to your longbow?
Yeah.
Shit. All right. Cool. Dang. All right.
Yeah.
So you yeah, it goes into his face.
All right.
Like he hits him right between the eyes.
First
he just
blood.
kind of like crumples down behind the wagon somewhere. He drops his crossbow. Poor guy. Now it's Simon's turn.
Okay. Let's see. I turn around to the guys that are coming up.
Yeah.
And I throw my hand axe to whichever one is on the left.
So one of the new guys.
Yeah, one of the new guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you throw your hand axe. All right, go ahead and roll.
11 plus 3, that's 14.
That hits.
Okay. 2. Let's see. What damage was? That's 4.
Okay. You throw it, and he tries to dodge a little bit, but you still like slice up his shoulder pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
He looks pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he always does, but that made it worse.
Oh, and above table, is there... My class is sort of... Is that sort of like a fighter variant?
Oh, so it's kind of a combination between a paladin and a barbarian.
Oh, okay.
And if you want to see your abilities,
Mm-hmm.
I can show you.
Okay.
Because
I was just wanting to know, like,
I can pull that up right
uses per turn.
So your first ability
Mm-hmm.
is kind of different. It's triggered,
Mm-hmm.
so you can only do it when Ashley is attacked. So let me read it to you. It's called Protector of the Weak. When an ally that you can see within 15 feet of you takes damage, you can spend a bonus action and any remaining movement to rush to their side.
Okay.
If you're within 5 feet of them after using this ability, they gain your shield bonus. And any creature that attacks the protected ally is then opened to an attack of opportunity from you.
Okay.
And when you run using that ability, it doesn't trigger attacks of opportunity on you.
Yep.
So, does that make sense?
Yeah.
You can reread it again if you need. Ashley, your ability won't really come in. It's not an attacking ability. It won't come in super handy right now. Okay. So now it is boy number 2's turn. Guy that you hit, he stumbles forward and just angrily takes a swipe at you. Does an 11 hit?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Let's see. Based on armor class?
Mhm.
No.
Okay. Alright, never mind then. And then the guy that you sliced with your hand axe does the same. He just kind of like yells a little bit, and he also whiffs. Boy number 4.
I sort of let out a little scream.
He sees
Not a big scream, a little
Just a little one.
just a little one. Boy number 4, like what I did in my sleep. Boy number 4 sees his compatriots swinging and whiffing at Al, so he kind of looks around and then remembers you and just rushes you.
Okay.
So He 17 hits.
Yeah.
Okay. He does 0 damage.
These guys
Great.
aren't very good.
Okay. Yeah, no, they're really not. So he stabs forward at you, but he doesn't plan his reach accordingly. So the tip just kind of pokes you. So it doesn't do any damage. All right, back
So now
to
it's my turn?
Back to yeah.
All right, so
Back to
I'm
Tron.
going to do some fucking martial arts on him. So
Okay.
I want to disarm him and get him in a hold so that he can't move.
So you're trying to grapple.
I want to grapple him.
Okay.
I think before next session, actually needs to have a read.
I need to. I'll. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Can I not do that?
you can. It's just kind of right now. It would be kind of useless because
Mhm.
the only thing that grappling does is you can hold him or you can knock him prone, which you just knock him over
Okay.
and then he stands back up. Like in some cases, it would be really good, but
Mhm.
there are two other attackers.
That's facts. Okay.
So I would just attack him.
Okay. I will attack him. I'll draw my my hand axe.
Yep.
And I want to fucking slice his arm off.
Okay. Go for it.
All right. 10 plus 2, 12.
That hits.
Okay. So roll for damage.
Yep.
18 plus 2, 20.
No. Look at your damage dice next to your hand axe.
Oh shit.
I think it's a D. I think it's a D6.
D6.
That's your
D6.
classic cube dice.
D6. Where does it say? I don't think you wrote down.
I
Oh, your 6s look like Bs. I was like, why does it say
They do.
1dB?
whatever.
Okay, D6.
Roll a 6.
Roll a
Plus
6.
It's a 2.
plus something.
Plus 2 to 4.
Okay, 4 damage.
Mhm.
And that was. Never mind. I know who that was. All right. So he runs up and he pokes you, and then you just whoosh, and you attempt to slice his arm off. It gets most of the way through, but he's not down for the count yet. He's running on pure adrenaline. All right, back to Al.
Me. Okay. What's the sitch for everyone? Can you give me a rundown?
Guy you whacked in the head
Mhm.
is next to you. He just missed. Guy you threw your axe at also whiffed, so they're just kind of standing there looking dumb. So go ahead. Sorry.
Now, if I want to go retrieve my axe,
You would trigger attacks of opportunity from both.
okay. Then I
You do have a sword.
I do have a sword. I'm not gonna use my sword. I'm gonna use my
Okay.
hand knife and attack the guy that I've already attacked.
Which one? The one you bonked?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. The one I threw my hand axe at to get closer to my hand axe, so I can get it next turn.
Well, you're not gonna move if you do. Like, you'll still trigger attacks of opportunity, at least from the other guy
okay.
that's still there. This is why I should have made a map for this encounter.
Yeah. All right.
So, like, they're within 5 feet of you, and even if you manage to kill one, the other one will still be there, next to you.
That's fine.
Okay. So, dagger,
Dagger.
not your sword.
On my sword.
Okay. Go for it. Shank him.
That's the one.
Wow. You
Okay. Yeah, never mind.
you think you look cool? So like these two guys walk up and they wah, and then you're like, I'm fucking better than them, and you just gah, and you totally it goes like right under his arm. Y'all looking dumb over. You look over and you see like 3 just like completely off the wall attacks in a row, and you're just like, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? All right, boy number 2 looks at you like, Okay. And he's gonna swing and he's gonna miss again. He's just gonna miss again. Boy number
I
3.
feel like we're all like play fighting. Like we're
Yeah.
just like throwing our things at each other, and not trying to hit each other.
And so boy number 3 is like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And so he attacks and does a 12 hit?
Nope.
Just right over your head. Just like in a rainbow over you. Boy number 4 is watching this all happen and like half-assed kind of attacking Trom. So he misses too.
With his arm all waggling around and shit.
Yeah, he
Because
just
it's like
kind of-
half off at this point.
Okay, so back to Trom.
All right.
How about you clean this mess up?
Yeah, I am. All right, I'm going to take care of
Jesus.
scraggly boy number 4 over here with
Okay.
his waggling arm. So I'm just going to go for the kill shot.
Go for it.
All right. 11.
Plus.
Oh, 2. 13.
Okay. See, like that would have hit.
So that hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just remember to add those because that can make a big difference.
Yeah. Okay. 5 for damage.
Plus.
That's it.
Oh, in total. What weapon?
Hand axe.
Okay. So you're like, forget the arm, and you just go for the throat, and you just like, and he just crumples, just dead.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Compared to Al and other 2 boys.
Hey, I'm just having an unlucky streak over here.
All right.
You're
so
trying. Gold star.
back to Al. Maybe you will inspire your companion
All right.
to do a little better.
I grab my hand axe
Uh-huh.
and I attack the one that's closest to me.
They're both the one that you hit first or second?
First.
If he
Okay.
grabbed it, didn't that open up an attack of opportunity?
No, I did that last time.
Oh, okay.
You did what?
I moved towards him
Okay, gotcha.
last time
Gotcha.
You moved towards who?
to get my hand axe so I could stab him, so I could pick up my axe. That's what
No, you threw it over there. And after you did that, he ran forward towards you.
Oh.
They moved to you. You were stationary when you threw it. Now do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I should have explained that better.
Yeah. Same with the map.
You didn't have to agree with me. All right. So you're still attacking boy 1. Okay. All right. Go for it.
Okay. 16 plus 3, that is
You
19.
hit.
D6 plus 2. 1 plus 2, that's 3.
All right. With your dagger,
Hand axe.
you don't have your hand
I
axe.
said I went and got it.
You can't.
Oh,
You have to tell.
sorry.
That would have been your turn last
Okay.
turn if you did that. You can't
then,
attack.
Then
and
I go get my hand axe as this turn. I don't attack.
You're not attacking.
I'm not attacking.
You're
I'm
gonna
getting my
open
hand
up
axe.
2 attacks on you. if
I
you do that.
am again, but they're gonna miss because they're dumb.
Okay.
Okay. You all right?
I'm really carrying
Why
the
are
team
you
here.
refusing to use your sword and just kill these mofo's?
Because it's too personal for him. It links him to his family.
I see. I
He
get
can't
it.
do
I
it.
get
Trying
it.
to do
Okay.
a thing
I get
here,
it. I got
Zach.
it. Okay. I got it. Okay.
I wasn't gonna go into it until like
Okay, all right,
episode
okay,
10.
okay. I'll
Oh, we're
let
doing
you-
this episode 1?
No. I'll let you.
I
I
want to write
won't
it
question
first.
it. I won't question it. So you're going to get your hand axe. So these guys are just wah, and you're like, I'm out of here. So you turn around and you run and you grab up the hand axe, but does a 13 hit?
Nope.
All right. You feel the wind on your ass from him missing, and the other one also misses. So they're not fast enough. You're too quick. You're a fast boy.
All right.
So you snatch it up. There's your turn.
My turn.
So dude is like, okay, and follows you over there and then attacks again.
Yeah, 20 minutes. That's 20 minutes.
Well, okay, so nat 20.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Taking 5 damage.
Okay. 5 damage.
5 full damage.
Ashley.
Sorry.
And then second boy is like, I want to turn. So he walks up and 17 hits.
Nope.
Really?
Okay.
I have an 18 armor.
He has a
class.
shield.
Oh my god.
He
Yeah, that's right.
He has pretty high armor because he's a knight. So the first one kind of scratches you down the leg, and you barely notice because you're turning, and you just deflect the second guy's blade.
Mm-hmm. Level 1 to 10, how badass is it?
It was pretty, like 7 or 8. It's pretty cool. Because he was 1 away from hitting me. So
Yeah.
So back to Trump.
Yep. All right. I'm going to pull out my javelin.
Now they are far enough away for you to use ranged weapons now, if you wish.
I want to throw my javelin at them.
Okay.
So I'm gonna throw that at the one that is endangering Al the most. I guess that would be the one that sliced him a little bit.
Yeah, the
So-
one that he bonked on the head earlier.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
somehow he's still alive.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw my javelin at him.
Okay, go for it.
So we got 22. Oh wait, no, just kidding. 19 for that,
Okay,
and then javelin's D6 as well.
it's on your sheet, but yeah.
I can't read this fucking sheet.
Why
Okay,
can't
it's
you read
6.
this?
Rewrite it.
Okay, 3. Sorry, 5.
Okay, so you chuck it, and he looks up, and it just goes right through his chest, and like through him in and he just falls over when the javelin is sticking straight up. Now there's one guy left,
I'm really doing all the grunt work here.
and it's
Hey, did you see that?
Al's
I
turn.
deflected 3 different things.
It's Al's turn.
Oh, my turn.
Yeah.
My name's Al. With my hand axe,
Uh-huh.
I attack number 3.
Go for it.
All right. 19 plus.
You hit.
Okay. All right, that's 3.
In total?
Yeah.
Okay. You slice him pretty good, and he's bleeding a lot because you hit him earlier too. He kind of stumbles back. He drops his sword. He takes a look around him, and he just runs.
Okay.
Just runs off the road, into the grass, up a hill.
I spit at him.
Okay. Do either of you follow him or anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
So he leaves. He's gone. The other 3 are dead, real dead. Dead as shit, actually. Also, I am doing ammo counts.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna get important later.
Well, I don't have any ranged weapons, so.
So you remember to pick up your weapon.
Yeah.
Actually, it's just kind of a given that unless it's like a tense situation that you will just get it.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to go around and pick up all my weapons, and I want to get that guy's crossbow.
Go for it, yeah.
All right. So can we move freely now?
Yeah.
Okay. So
And I sort of look around in the.
Well, hang on. Let's do hers first.
yeah. So I kind of survey the bodies, look at all the calamity that I've caused.
Yeah.
And give myself a good nod. You know, I'm pretty proud.
Okay.
So walk over to the carriage, and first off, pick up the crossbow. But I also want to inspect it, see what's in the carriage.
Okay. Well, it's just a wagon.
Oh yeah.
So it's like top half is open,
Oh okay.
like a horse-drawn wagon,
Okay.
like farmer thing. There is a sack that fell off when it was overturned. I'm assuming you open it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's got a couple coppers in it and a cabbage.
Great.
Oh yeah, do we have
I
any
like
money
cabbage.
to start with? It's like.
Yes.
Okay.
I will roll for that after the sesh.
All right.
So you now have 2 coppers, and money is at the bottom of the page. CP is copper. That's
for
going to be the first one, huh?
my equipment.
Oh yeah. So what are you doing?
Oh, I was gonna look into the carriage as well. So doesn't matter.
Oh, sorry.
And I have a cabbage.
And if you guys want, what a lot of people do is they'll just pool their money
Mm-hmm.
and they'll help each other buy shit that they want just because it benefits the whole party. But if that doesn't go with your character's personality, or you want the money for some reason, then you don't have to do that. I mean, 2 coppers, that's like not
Yeah.
really worth splitting. So,
Yeah.
10 copper is a silver, 10 silver is a gold. No, 100?
I don't remember. I had
Shit,
this.
I don't remember. I think it's 10. Just 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
Okay.
I had like a full Excel document full of like everything like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's on my laptop actually.
I'll look it up after this. So both of you roll history.
Okay. 18 plus 0
Where is history?
plus 2.
It's in alphabetical order. So
Hopefully, I may have
19.
grunked it up.
plus.
19
Oh,
total.
okay.
20.
20 and 9. Okay.
Oh.
So
Oh, Simon, I dropped
Um,
that die. Can you grab it?
you're both walking back to your horses, looking
Thank
at
you.
your new finds. Simon's kind of examining his wounds. But you notice
My good genes.
on they're wearing woolen capes, and you kind of overturn. Simon like kicks over one of the bodies and he rolls over, and you can see on the um, shirt he's wearing a mark was kind of burned into it.
Hmm.
And you recognize them now as the hill people that Sauron enlisted to help in the Battle of Pelennor. Um, so you know that now. Apparently, they're still active in this area.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know who the wagon belonged to, why it was there. They probably just stole it, knocked it over for an ambush. But so there you have it. I'm assuming you're continuing your
My pillaging.
journey.
I actually grabbed the bodies, put them onto the wagon, and light it on fire.
Okay.
Just to do it.
I wanted to pillage them first.
We already did.
Pillage what?
The bodies.
We already did that.
We did the carriages. Or the carriage, but not
It was
the...
understood.
I mean, you can look.
Okay, I want to pillage them.
You don't find anything.
Okay.
I mean, because like, yeah, no, you don't find anything.
Okay.
It
It was worth a shot.
yeah, it always is.
I grabbed one of their capes, though.
It's just for looks.
Yeah. I put it like over my shoulder, like a shoulder cape.
No, add 5 to your speed. No, I'm kidding. So speed will come into play when we have maps.
Okay. And 30.
So you keep riding. The sun that took about 15 minutes of your time. So a round of battle is 6 seconds. So 10 rounds is only 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important for certain abilities, especially for spellcasters, but I figured, you just might want to know just cuz. So you keep riding and you pass through what used to be you pass through what used to be the Black Gate, and you see like the path kind of curves to the right, and there's a little wooden sign pointing that way. The letters have been scratched out, but
Shit, I dropped the die again.
it's probably Jesus.
It's that way.
Where is it?
It's on the. How do you keep doing that?
How did it go over there?
Thank you.
Stop messing with it.
Thanks, Al.
All right, so you follow this little thingy,
Donk the table.
and here is Gareth's mill. I made another sperm. Damn it. Whatever. So you have it. So you rein in, and the gate is it's made of like really thick logs that are just stood up, sharpened on the ends. They whack it open so you can come in. Close it behind you. The road is just dirt. It's been churned into mud in some places. There are wheel tracks, hoof prints everywhere. But otherwise, it seems like a relatively nice place. It's mostly humans. You see 1 or 2 dwarves puttering about. It seems like most of the shops and things like that are closing at this point, but the taverns are just now coming to life. So do as you please.
Okay. All right.
And he told you to go to the garrison just.
I don't really want to start like a new thing right now, though.
What do you mean?
Like go off on another branch of the journey, because I mean we're pretty into this session now.
Yeah. Like, you want to take a break then?
Yeah, I think we should wrap up.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the garrison.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of. Yeah.
So you want to ask somebody or just look around?
No, let's just go.
Yeah. I'd say
Well, you
just
don't know where it is.
go to the right first.
Go
Okay.
to the right.
You find it. There it is.
Oh yay!
No, but you kind of wander around until the
Does anything,
recreational places start running out and what?
before we do find it, does anything like catch our eye?
Not really. I mean, it looks like a pretty run-of-the-mill place. It
Okay.
is the only place so far built in Mordor. So there are people from everywhere there, but nothing really special yet.
Okay.
At least that you can see. The market is closed right now. So you manage to find the garrison, knock on the door or something. I don't know. Guy opens it and he just raises an eyebrow.
We're here to see. Insert name that I already forgot here.
This is why you should write these things down.
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna-
General Faramir.
General
Fair.
Faramir.
How are we supposed to remember that?
I'm gonna
That's
start.
why I said write it down.
Yeah. Keep a little notebook next time.
Oh yeah.
It's our first sesh set.
Yeah.
I know, it's not a big deal. That's
Alright.
what I plugged it in.
General what?
Faramir.
Faramir, yeah.
Um,
We're here to see General Faramir.
he kind of looks you up and down. You look muddy and like dusty from riding all the way here all day. You're covered in old blood now. You're kind of covered in blood too, but not yours. And he says,
I sort of wipe some blood off my cheek.
he says, and Captain Halbarad sent you, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yeah.
I see. You can stable your horses in the back and then come inside. We have beds ready for you.
All right.
General Faramir isn't here at the moment, but he will be at dawn.
Okay.
All right.
We
So
take our
you-
horses to the back.
Yep,
Yeah.
people, you dismount, people hand you your saddlebags and stuff. They take them in, start cleaning them and feeding them, and then go inside, get clean. Somebody leads you to your beds,
All right.
all that good stuff. All right, so your first day
Mm.
in Middle Earth
Woo.
has come to a close. And next time, I will have my script, so things will actually sound nice,
Mm-hmm.
and I won't just have to insert random names and shit that I forgot too. We'll also have a map for every encounter and
Mhm.
everything, every important building after this session.
That's good.
So, yeah, I guess we're
Alright.
good.
And also next time I'll probably have a second monitor, so I won't have to keep switching tabs. Time.
Yeah.
Thank you for bearing with me. Now you can see that we use Adobe Audition and not like Audacity like some cheapos.
Garage Band.
Thanks for listening. I guess we could do wrap up since we didn't do 30-minute break.
Yeah, that's true. We forgot.
Thanks for listening or watching. Stop doing that.
Sorry.
It's messing with my head. This
Small brain.
this is Critical Miss, a D&D podcast here on IJU shows. We put out this hopefully every other week.
Mm-hmm.
Every week though, on Mondays, we try to put out tea time. That's me and Zach and whoever we lump along in there.
We're the important ones, though.
Or, yeah,
Yeah.
or the main crew. You can check out all of our great shows at ijushows.com. Check out our social media. All things should be linked on there. Usually it's IJU official or Tea Time or Critical Miss, some affiliate of that.
Give us a follow. If you tag the Critical Miss account, which you can find on Twitter,
Recommend us.
if you recommend us to your friends, to your family, to your coworkers, shout it out of the car window as you're driving down the highway.
shout out that homeless person. That's
Rent a billboard.
Rent a billboard.
Put it up there. Maybe we'll get some views.
Put it in Comic Sans.
Yeah. If you tag the Critical Miss account, there is a very good chance that we will either use your your Twitter handle or your real name, whichever you prefer, in the campaign. You could be a character, you could be a villain.
If you don't know. If you prefer which one, put it in there.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Or yeah, and if you're one of our friends, we probably won't use you because we hate
just
you.
because you're
Yeah, you're
whatever.
losers.
Or shoot us an email at adviceteatime@gmail.com.
I should get a new one that's just more IGUs.
Yeah.
So
there you go. There you have it, folks.
Yeah.
There's
Woohoo.
round 1 of the Lord of the Rings D&D podcast.
Yeah. What's this one called again? Mirror Shadows?
Mirror to the Void?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mirror to the Void. Yeah, that's the official name.
Yep.
But it's pretty much Lord of the Rings campaign.
Yeah.
Zach's
pack.
Thank you all for listening. This has been a lovely campaign, Zach. Lovely start.
Yes, very, very good.
I'm ready to see where this is going.
I hope you get better at fighting.
Face. Yeah.
Because you were pretty trash tonight.
I
That's
guess
cute.
that's it.
All right.
And no funnies for the end. So Zach, just edit this out. Bye.
Bye.